Good day, everybody. It is time to get into the markets. Hope everybody's doing well. Just going to start out with a prayer, as always. Heavenly Father, thank you so much for today, another opportunity to come into the markets, and just thank you so much for all the blessings, all your provisions, your grace and your mercy upon us, and pray that you give me wisdom and discernment as I go into the markets today. In your name we pray, Yeshua, in Jesus' name, amen. All right. Just going to pull up the news. For today, we've got President Trump speaking. And it's kind of strange because I'm pretty sure it said that last night or yesterday was saying that he would be at 8:30 a.m. Eastern, but it's now saying 7:30. I don't know if I misread that. And he's speaking at Davos at the World Economic Forum. So I don't know if that's going to be live for everybody there or if it will be aired for the world. I don't even know if it's on right now. But that would generally bring good volatility into the market. So let's see what happens. Bring back MT5. Okay. I just left one trade running from last night. I took a few trades last night. They actually kept me up late, which is kind of annoying. But I'm going to just bring the history up here. And these were some of the trades from last night that I took. And I let a few of them run. And then they stopped out for break even, and I just let one trade run through the night because I just wanted to catch anything if it was going to move up again. And I got one little trade that's running in favor, so that one is at break even right now. I'm just going to forget about it as we go forward and start some new trades. We're starting today out, the account balance is at $9,853.53. Making a comeback from that loss it took yesterday, hitting those stop losses. That was at I think it was 9,770 was where I was at when I hit those stop losses, so I've made a good comeback from off of that. Let's see if I can do some more comeback. All right. I'm just going to put some levels on the chart. Actually, this is a really strong pattern. If you're a pattern trader, this is pretty strong. We got this flag coming in. If you ignore the news from yesterday, that wick in there, then you've got a pretty strong flag right now. On the short term, as we go into the 1 minute chart, this leg is getting pretty overextended. Go down to the 1 minute. Yeah, see, this leg is pretty overextended now. I'm not going to short it. I generally would short that. Oh wow, yeah, that's 34 pips from top to bottom. So there's a really strong, actually, you know what? really tempted to short it, but I'm really going against the bias of the past couple days at this point. I don't know if I want to fight that. Just clean up this chart. Yeah, so we're on to day 3 of this bull rally, and we've got that bull flag right now. So I'm not going to fight that bias and that bull flag setup. I'm not going to fight that, at least probably for a little while. So I'll be waiting for pullbacks for the bull side. Yeah, here's the 1 hour strong break out of this. I mean, the flag pattern is starting to break. So this is a really bullish opportunity here, but it's just also really overextended on the 1 minute chart. So yeah, I'm just gonna have to wait. I have to wait for that to pull back, and then I'll look for some longs. But it is looking really strong to go long. Okay, I'm gonna just put some levels on this 1 minute chart. I guess this would be, oh, it is kind of bouncing off of a spot, but it's also not pulled back much at all. There's another level here. Another level in here. What's that? It's the 7,200 mark. Those double zeros are usually pretty strong areas to bounce off of. And that's about the halfway mark on this leg. So if this market pulls all the way back down into here and crosses through here, that's where I'm going to have to be really careful to be super slow to add, because if it retraces half of that, and there's just a good chance it will keep continuing from that point. So, but I doubt that's going to happen. We are in a new state of volatility once again, so we've definitely got participants back in the market, and this is where patterns start to become more consistent. So if you're a pattern trader and you see those strong patterns showing up, they're just going to have a higher probability now that we've got a lot of participants back in the market, as compared to trying to trade patterns like in the middle of summer when there's just not as many participants. You're just going to get a lower probability on your setups. We wait. it's just trying to break up again. Yeah, this is just one of those legs. I would generally short a leg that's extended this far, 30, 35 pips. That's what my stop losses are set to. They're set to 35 pips, which is generally about 5 standard deviations on the 1 minute chart. And that's where we're at now, but it is just looking so strong right now. I just don't really want to touch it on the short side. It is just cruising upward. Hear me, Eva? Can you maybe just turn over? Just kind of snoring. Let's try to not let it pick up. Thanks. So the market is trying to pull back on the 1 minute chart. And it is just so strong right now. I would usually wait for it to pull back more, but I'm going to just slowly start getting into this position. There we go. This is kind of the new first support zone right in here on the 1 minute chart. So then I've got these layers. There's first layer, second layer should be in here. Third layer will be around here. Fourth down here. And I'm just going to measure that. That would be all the way down to that fourth layer would be 20 pips. And then just hold off and let that area float, and I'll have to use more of my capital all the way down in these lows. So I'm just going to be light on these first 4 layers as the market comes down. And then just reassess, see if it holds that halfway point. Well, because the market is just cruising one way, it's not offering up much volatility yet. starting to come into the next level where I can start to add into my second layer. And I will put 2 trades into this layer. So I want to see if I can get them right on these bottoms. So this little wick low and then these bodies down here. I just want to take the pushes down. I want to try and pick up the bottoms on the 1 minute chart as it pushes down, so it's starting to come back up. It's not a good spot for me to enter my trades. Just need a push down. I can get into my first trade of my second layer. There we go. Actually, I can get both of them there. And those targets are just coming in under these lows over here. So this is a good spot. Just barely missed getting these targets under the high here, but it's just such a strong bull market. I'm just going to let these ones sit. Actually, I would even pull one of these trades up a little. Just make a little bit more on that. Actually, I'm going to split the difference. So one trade I'm going to bring just down a little to be under that high of that candle. And then I'll make up for the difference with that other one that I just adjusted a little bit further. And that is a great way to spread out the exits over price. And so gives me an opportunity to make a little higher probability on the one trade. And then if it's going to keep going up, I'll just make a little bit more on the second part of that position. And if it just breaks down, just have to wait and be slow for it to come down to the next level. And how much distance does that need to travel? 5, 6 pips. 6 pips all the way down to that next level. And I'll have 4 trades to put into my next level. So I'll kind of, as that market comes down, there's circle tool. Just want to draw a circle. Can I draw a square? As it approaches, oh, come on now. There we go. As it approaches this area, I will start to average in to that position. So I'll just slowly add my 4 trades, hopefully down in this zone. in here if it gets there. Oh, I see. The market, you can see it's stalling right on this 7,300 mark. So that's offering up a little bit of support. Although in this leg, there's like nothing really there. I guess if we go back over here, there is this little ledge that actually is offering some support there. I'm gonna just, if this pushes a bit more, I'll just get into my first. Yeah, get into one here. Yeah, that's not a great entry. I need to come down further. This is surprisingly a slow start to the New York Open. Just a couple minutes away from the half-hour mark. Maybe we'll see some more people start moving in here. So on the 1 minute chart, the 3-bar reversal doesn't start until it breaks this candle high. This is the nadir, or the apex, or the nadir, the bottom pivot point on this candle. So if it can break and hold above that candle, that'll be the trigger for the up move, the up leg. Just about hit that target. Just trying to get there. There's the first target of the day. Finally. Almost half an hour. And we got the first target. Now if it comes back down, give me another opportunity. I really want to just come back down and recycle that. That one wasn't quite, I didn't really get into a big enough size to take off that top layer. But I'm also in so late right now, it's fine to just let this sit. But ideally when I get down into my third layer, I'm wanting to take off that first trade to start mitigating the risk and taking off my losses in control. So now I've got some support on that 300 level. I'll get into, I think maybe I'll get into a full position there. No, we'll see how it goes. When I say full position, I mean I might get into all 4 trades in that zone. Because my third level is 4 trades. So I'll just be slowly adding those 4 trades in this zone. If it can get back down there. I think it's going to go, give it another try. And for those that are coming in to watch the recording, I just want to reiterate that I have stop losses. They are in place, but they are not designed to get hit. This is active risk management, which means I'm taking my losses in control. And for me personally, I'm taking my losses when the market comes back to me rather than when the market is going away from me. So you're seeing a live demonstration of active risk management. The stop losses are not designed to get hit. They are there for an emergency ejection point in case the market just tears. You don't want to be part of that when the market's going against you and you don't have any stop losses on. I've got stop losses there just in case. But with my methodology, they are not designed to get hit. It's generally not a great day when they do get hit, which is what happened to me yesterday. I guess it was the night before. But that bull market started to really show up, and it is still here. So as long as I stay on the bull side today, I don't think I'm going to be having that trouble of that market running into stop losses. So, but surprisingly a bit slow. Market's trying to come back down into that previous low that it made few minutes ago. Right in here. And I'm gonna get my finger ready on the trigger. Any push down into these lows I want to get, I want to buy the bottoms. One more little push. Lower. Come on. Just one more little push. It's stalling there. It's telling me it doesn't want to go and test that low. It might make a higher low here. Oh, I think I missed it. That's okay. If you missed the trade, you missed the trade. I want the market to come to me, and I do not want to chase the market. And I need to get it. My trade has got to get in at right at these lows if I'm going to get my targets in below these highs, and which is what I want. So, yeah, it looks like I missed it. Just barely missed it. It's kind of looking like we're maybe forming this little double bottom on the 1 minute chart. Yeah, there it is. It's trying to break those highs. That stinking thing. I wish I just got that one, at least one trade in down there. I didn't get it. And that 1 minute bar closed over the break of these highs. So that is super strong to the upside. The next bar or two should take us into the targets. Oh, just bounced off that target without taking it. 1, 2. That was the third bar of that breakout. And it just missed the target. I think I didn't have, see, that target was just right on top of those highs, and the market respected those highs, and it just didn't quite touch them. But the markets are fractal in nature, and even when you're down on the smallest time frames, all the support and resistance still acts as it should. It's just cool to see it at such small time frames that it still just respects support and resistance levels. And I should have just had that target inside a little bit more. That's okay. It's heading in the right direction now. And if it comes back down, it'll just give me another opportunity to get into that third layer that I didn't really get an opportunity to get into. Okay, made the turn to head back down. Oh, come on. I think it's just going to make another make some higher lows in here, and so I may have just missed another opportunity, but we'll see. Or like rather than come down into these lows, it might just start to build some higher lows here. So I'm gonna just try and find one little spot to get one trade. Okay, there's one. I've got 3 more to spread across here, but just as what is happening right now, I think it's trying to make higher highs here. There we go. That was quick. That was less than a minute. 30 or 40 seconds. And second target in the account. Just going to pull up the trade history. So here's that first one. You can see that my trade targets are at a good level. That on the 1 minute chart, it moved 1, 2, 3, 4 bars and hit that target. Now we just hit another target. That's the third one. And this is the one that we extended out a little bit further, and that one just got hit. That's the fourth one. I'm just going to pull the trade history here. You can see the one for 85 cents. That one I moved down a little bit to create a little bit higher probability. Then the second trade I spread out further, so we actually netted a little bit more than $2 on 2 different trades, which is good. Alright, now if this can come back down again, it'll give us another opportunity to go long right here. There's one. I'll take another one back on this line. And you can see these lows just coming in higher in here. This little trend on the 1 minute chart. Just going to take that history off. Ready on the trigger. Gonna add that second trade in that layer. On the dip. Hopefully it was a dip. I need to find out why my chart is not auto scrolling. Oh, there we go. Nice. Target number 5. That was in less than 2 minutes on that trade. That was a super good execution entry. Where did we? And you can see that candle came in pretty strong, but also bounced right at the top of that last candle high. Nice. That was target number 6 in the account. Now we just got one left. We'll see if it goes up. I want it to come back down. Let's do it again. Here's the setting. Scroll the chart to the end on tick incoming. Okay, now hopefully the chart scrolls. Man, that thing was bothering me so much. The chart not automatically scrolling. There we go. I think that was number 7. Another good target. Nice. 7 for 7, I think that was. Trade history. Got 1 down here, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 targets. 7 for 7. Took a little bit to get going, but it's going now. Now I just need a pullback. Or is this thing just going to start taking off? Kind of glad I got that one trade still sitting down there, in case this market keeps going. That is the beauty of just averaging into your positions. Like you can see, like when I get into my positions, I'm light on everything, and I just average my way into my positions. And so I've got a little bit here, a little bit there, and never at any point am I really overextended. And if I do get to the point where I'm near my stop losses, it's all by design. I'm getting into my full position as it gets near my stop losses, and then if for some reason it keeps going, when I hit stop losses, it's only a few pips away from my full position sizing. So it's always super light for the most part, and on the very odd occasion it gets near my stop losses, that's when I size up. So nice and light, and lots of high probability trades. This market pulls back, we'll get into another one. Probably in here, somewhere in here. If I measure, I want to make sure that I've got 2 pips from there to the top, which I believe I do. Yep. 2.5, 3 pips of space. So if I can get down to that line, got room to get another trade in and a target in before the highs. But it looks like it's not even letting me do that. Just trying to take off. Just made a new high. Yeah.
Are you doing your meeting?
No, I'm still in the meeting right now.
I won this 5 times.
Yeah, 5 times. Nice.
All with number 30 starting.
Nice.
I won 5 times.
So that market is taking off.
Is that good?
Yeah, it's good. It's really only good because I have a position that's floating down there. Otherwise, it's kind of annoying when the market just starts running and you've got nothing in it. Sometimes waiting is hard and it can be boring. But the results of your patience are exciting. Right now we're at 7 for 7. It's really good accuracy for today so far. A good little bit of income. And I'm going to put on a new mark. We're at another 00. Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Wrong tool. Get rid of that. Oh, I just got rid of everything. It's okay. So here's the 17400 mark that we just broke through, and now it's actually reversed on the 1 minute chart. So we'll see if that brings the market back down. Here's our 3-bar reversal on the 1 minute chart. Right in here when it broke that spot right there. It made a pretty sharp turn and then cruised right back below that 400. I'm going to get into this one right here. The market is so strong to the bull side right now that I'm kind of buying high, but we've also got some pivots down here already again for me to go off of. So if I'm buying at the tops, I'm buying it really lightly, which is fine. I should put some new levels in to work with. Maybe one in here. And then one on that pivot point right there, and these body lows, and then I'll come and put in another one right in these lows. That will offer up layer 2, 3, and 4. You'll have to keep it light because if it breaks down below there, I'm just gonna float that market, let it go for a little bit, let it ride, and then see what we're gonna do after that point. So if it breaks this low, just pause and wait and hold. Be slow to add positions. But anything above this pivot is going to be lots of opportunities. So I got my finger on the trigger. I'm going to get in right now. Second layer. And usually I put 2 on my second layer. This I'm going to spread out and on my third layer I'm going to put 2 trades in. Because I just have a lot of entries up here. I don't want to get overextended if it comes all the way down. In this case. Another target. Nice. That's like a 30-second trade. 8 for 8. I think that's less than 30 seconds. You can see how you've really got to be paying close attention to get these moves in just right though. But when you do, when you're paying attention and you understand the market structure, where the market, where it stops and pivots, these things are super important to help you gain your probability on your trade entries and exits. Coming into the next target. Oh man, check this out. We've got this target is in right before the pivot on back over here. So that target should get hit without problem. It's just balancing on it right now. But it's actually a really tight squeeze to hit that target before this pivot. So I'm tempted to just bring it down a touch. Yep, just barely missed it. Got my finger on the trigger again. Get in here. And this time I'll get into 2 in this spot. If it will let me. Just because this is a bigger candle on the downside. Nice. Another target. Buy. Something's happening here. I think I better hold. Careful here. Oh, it's 9:04. There's somebody's speaking or doing something. Huh. What's going on? Oh, unless, like, is Trump speaking now? Or maybe somebody at the World Economic Forum, because this is World Economic Forum annual meetings all day today. So, this could be good. Could be a whole bunch of up and down, good volatility. So I don't know exactly what's going, but I'm thinking that's stuff going on at the World Economic Forum. I'm not watching it live. I'm not going to. I don't know if there's any way I can watch it live. But I'm just gonna try to be slow to enter the trades and let the volatility do the work. Now we've got a huge turn on the 1 minute chart. Look at that candle. That's super big. That was a 9 pip candle, followed by another one right back the other way, and we're hitting targets again. I really should I should have taken a loss on that top one to get rid of that. That's okay. The next time. Okay, just got another level in and more targets immediately. So at 15:28 is when I started. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 trades, and one of them has a loss at the moment. So 16 for 1. We just got another target. 17 wins, 1 loss. And now there's just one target sitting at the another opportunity. Getting into it to hold up, because this is getting wild in here. More targets. See how I bought right at the bottom as it was coming into those other wicks? Just landed another 4 targets. And I'm going to get rid of that last one on the next. I'm just going to get rid of that on the next up push. There's an up leg, so now with a $4 loss, which is fine. But now I don't need that market to go nearly anywhere back up there, which I don't want it to do. I just got a whole bunch of trades, and now I'm in a super high probability state. I can even get right back in here again on these dips. Immediately another target. Another target. And we didn't hit that floating trade that was from earlier. Just kind of cool. We'll see. But right now, this volatility is excellent. I'm gonna buy any of these dips. I'm gonna buy them again. This is my favorite. My favorite type of trading. It's been a long time since we've had this type of action. Like a long time. This is the best it's been in months. Got my finger on the trigger. If it drops, I'll buy again. Just got another target. And one left sitting on there. If it goes up, good. If it goes down, good. And just missed that target. But that target's still in a decent spot with all these other candle lows. Another target hit. The last one hit. Nice. Super solid. Just buying again. Hey Reva. Hey Reva. What? I just needed you to. You're just snoring in. How's it go? buy again. And I'm just spacing these trades out slower than I was adding up there, because this market might just start to drift away, and I don't want to be too heavy if it does that, so I'm just going to be slower. You can see the market has slowed down a little bit too, so I've got to match that cadence. But if it does drop down into those 1 minute lows again, I will get into it. Probably I'll get into 3 or 4 trades down there. And then I'll have to start getting rid of the positions at the top. Darn, just missed that one spot. One, two, three, and targets. Gonna remove that for 4, that top one, shave off the risk. Now I just have 3 sitting there. Now on any up leg, I've got to start taking some losses again, mitigate that risk. There's one target. If I can just get one more, I'll take another trade off the top. Also got my finger on the trigger in case it drops down again. Just sitting here waiting patiently. finger on the trigger, on the ready. I was just going to say the market was wedging, which means the market's probably going to pop out of this little wedge. So we'll see if it goes to the top or the bottom. It's currently trying to make the turn to the outside, the top side. Got my finger on the trigger. If it drops down again, oh, buy. Just one. Nice, another target hit. I'm gonna just take off one of those trades on the top just to mitigate risk. And I've got 3 sitting on there. You can just let the market do what it wants to do now. Actually, I'm gonna move one of these targets quickly out of the way up here. And I'm gonna hold one in case it goes up from here. Get my finger on the trigger again. Ready to buy.
Hey guys, can you just turn your story down?
So when that 1 minute bar closes, and trail my stop up on that one, and I'll secure the profits on that. Oh, it's not even enough for me to get it in there, so we'll see if that turns around or whether it goes up. But I'm going to get another trade in here. target hit. And I'm going to move that stop loss up just below that pivot low to secure profits. So the market is almost coming down to hit that stop. And if it hits that stop loss, that's profit. So I don't really care whether it goes up or down. I'm going to make money either way. Another powerful position to be in. That's what we want. It looks like we're gonna close with a wick on that candle and moving up from there. So then we'll get to see if all these other levels start to play roles again in support and resistance. Like right now, that line from earlier was a support line. It seems to be acting as some resistance for these candles. So on the down pushes, I'm going to get into some buys again. And I'm just going to forget about this trade as well. With that stop loss there, I'll let it do its thing. It can either get hit or it can stay in play. And I've still got that one from earlier still running, which is kind of cool. I thought it was going to get hit, but now I've got 2 running trades at the moment. Okay, market's coming down in a buy. Just getting my targets below those highs, which is pretty good. It's a high probability spot. And another target hit. I think that was under a minute again. Getting ready to buy again. It's currently wedging upward. I'm going to just try and buy right in here. Any little drop. There we go. Buy there. My target's right on those highs. But the 1 minute chart is wedging up into those highs right now. So I think it's going to try and break those highs. So that target should get hit again. If not, that's okay. We'll just buy it again down below. And just keep recycling. Risk on, risk off. Risk on, risk off. And take losses as just a way to mitigate risk. It's much better to take the losses in your control when the market's coming back to you because your losses are cheaper that way. And this is just a really good demonstration of active risk management. Finger on the into those highs once again. Can it try and break this time? That's the question. And if it tries to break, it will take that last target out for profit as well. There we go, another target. Nice. Target and a running trade too. So this candle can close. Oh, hold on, I'm gonna get ready to buy again in case it drops. And he pushed down, I'll buy again. There we go. One trade. And it wasn't the break attempt, so it's going to come down again. I'm getting ready to buy again, but it's still wedging upwards. See, these 1 minute candle highs are still coming up. I tried to buy it, I kind of just missed it. It was not a great position on that one. Yeah, you can see that the market's trying to bend back over to head back down, so if it can break these lows, it will head back down and it will take that trade out for a profit on that stop loss. And then I'll buy down here again. So that just got taken out, which was a profit. And then I'm going to just put this new line in, back in here, because that's kind of like a new 1 minute support resistance zone, or an action point, right there. And it seems like it was a false break. Candle closed back up. And hit another target. Kind of a bummer that it took that that running trade, just barely tapped it out. But it's just this what it is. Still making money. Just gonna get my finger on the trigger again in case it drops down. We're getting a really strong resistance line in here, which means it's super likely to break it. So I'm gonna, any opportunity, I'm gonna buy it again, and I'm gonna hold one of my positions again as well. If I can get another position in. Actually, I'm just gonna remove this, take profit, because if it breaks, it should just keep going. So I'll just secure that one later. If it breaks, I'll secure it for a small profit or break even. But if it drops, I'll also buy into that. I actually want it to drop so it can get a little bit heavier. Okay, coming back up to these highs. At some point, it's most certainly going to at least try and break these highs. And I want to have trades on for when it does that. Actually, I want to just get more on. I just need it to drop. Oh, looks like it's going to try and break now. Just sitting right on that line. See what happens with this candle. I think it's going to break this time and hold. Because it just went for quite a while without breaking, and it is a high probability spot with all the upward pressure from today. Okay. No, it didn't quite hold. It just wicked above. There we go, trying again. is it going to try and break again? Alright, it's going to try and break for the second time. See if this is the time that it goes. That candle closes with a break. So I'm going to secure this trade position just at a break even, and then if it comes back in, I'll just reset. But I feel like this is the opportunity for it to go up. Look at that, it's not going again. Right as I say that, it's not going. So I'm going to just start buying here as well. This is one of those markets that's kind of grinding up and it's not wanting to break one side or the other. It's super close to hitting that target and just doesn't want to hit it. Means maybe I should take this top one off for just a small profit so that it doesn't have to break. Just hit that other one for break even. It's just a weird little spot here. So I'm going to buy again on the dips. In 5 minutes to the top of the hour, where we should see some more activity show up. So just gotta stay patient and try and match that cadence. It is not the same trading environment we had back here like an hour ago. It was just so good, so much movement. And this is still good, but just a little bit slower. Okay, here's a dip. Gonna buy that. Gonna buy that again. Okay, I'm gonna let this drop for a minute. I'm just gonna go grab my sweatshirt and I'll be right back. All right. Just a few seconds to the top of the hour. we should see some volatility again. Finger on the trigger, we're waiting for it to drop down into this low again. Too big. I'm going to take one of these trades that I've got two here. I'm going to take one of those, take profits up in case we get a leg up from here, which just might happen. Usually at this point in the market we'll see a run because it hasn't really had a run yet. It's had a whole bunch of movement, which is good, but it hasn't really had a leg in a direction. So kind of thinking we might see a directional leg come into the market. So I'm gonna hold for a long to see if we get a long leg. There's the target. And I'm gonna secure this trade. I'm gonna just pull the stop loss by pulling that trade down right there and then secure it right here. And now that will be free. It's a free trade, meaning it will just make some money, or if it goes back down and hits its stop, it will be a break even. So it'll be a break even or make some money. But I'm just gonna forget about it now. I'm gonna take profit off and just remove it. I've got two trades at the top here, so I'm going to take one off for a break even, or a small win or a small loss. Just a small loss. I just don't want to have too many buy positions at these old highs in case it drops back down. Gonna buy this, and it tapped my other trade out for a break even, which is totally fine. I guess that leg is just not coming into the market yet. I'm thinking at this point, if it breaks these highs, we'll see a leg to the upside. It's just not ready to do it yet. So until then, the play will be just keep those targets on until it actually breaks above that high, if it does. And then I'll try and maybe hold another position or two at that point. But until then, just going to leave those targets on. If this market can drop back down into these lows, I'll pick up another one or two. Trying to make a turn on the 1 minute chart. Right in here is a little bottom with a potential 3-bar reversal. No go on that shot. Should get a buy in here. Buy here. And then hold. In case it wants to run down. And then if it breaks this zone, it's likely going to come down and test these lows. So I'll be, there's a couple targets. Yeah, I'll have to wait. If it breaks there, I want to wait till it gets to these lows before I add again. That was a nice little zippy candle. And cool. Let's go again. Just gonna add one this time, because I feel like it's gonna drop a bit lower now after that wick to the top side. think I got some positive slippage, which means I may have got a little bit more than my dollar. Yep, see, I got $1.45 on that one. That's what you call positive slippage. The market moved through my take profit so fast that the next opportunity for it to close was actually higher than my $1 target. So, positive slippage, that's a good thing. I'm gonna try and buy this one more time in here, right in here, buy that, and then I'll hold to get down into these lows. And I've got a target. Gonna get ready to buy again. Comes back down into those lows, I'll buy it again. Okay, buy. Gonna buy again there. Just because it's trying to break these two lows from kind of like a high spot. Like it started high to go and try and break it, which is, it might follow through, but I just have this feeling it's not gonna break at this point. We'll see. Got lots of room if I need to go buy down here again. Lots of capital, I mean, to go and buy down there, so that's okay. See if this is a whipsaw or a false break. I'm gonna zoom in on this. See, it tried to break these lows, this low here, but it tried to break from all the way up here. So that's why I bought those. And it's kind of like a long way to go for it to break those lows, especially with the bullish bias. just like that. I'm going to take off a loss on the top side. And we got those two targets and a loss. And the market's coming back down again. We get ready to buy that again. There we go. Buy that. So that was a seriously quick maneuver. Took profit, took loss, repositioned, bought again. That's nice risk management. And here's the break. Or at least the attempt. So if this one can hold down, I'm going to wait for the second candle because it seems like we've got an actual break now of these lows. Okay. Wait for the second candle to carry itself further. And then I'll look to be buying up the bottoms again if we can get it down back down into here. Only on the pushes down. And it's struggling to break down. Okay, there we go. Buy that. Second candle. Buy this. Buy again. And buy one more. And then we'll see if it's gonna go and break those lows. And I'm gonna just shimmy this one up so I make a little bit more if it breaks, because it's probably gonna break. Well, you know what? It might actually be a whipsaw here. I'm gonna actually put this back in here. Oh, did I get it? I want to buy this because I do think this is going to be a whipsaw zone. Okay, so that trade got taken out for a break even. But I still just want to buy this area. Moving into the 71. Right there. And then any push up, I gotta take losses again. Should try and test these lows at some point. And actually just on one of those I'm gonna put take profit off in case it does bounce back up. What's it gonna do? I'm gonna be surprised if this has a strong downward leg from here. So this leg that is a 20 pip leg down. So we've got this leg. That's a 28 pip leg. And this leg is a 20 pip leg. So there's a good chance we'll see this become a measured move where we've got this cycle here and then somewhat of an even cycle again. So I really think this is a good area to see a bounce in these lows. So I'm going to pick up some buys in here. 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm really going to have to take some losses because this market's starting to get away from me. So any opportunity, any up push back into these profits. There's a couple, I think I got 1 or 2 profits there. I needed to clear this whole layer and then I'll take a lot, or I'll take a loss on these upper trades. Buy it again. You can see it's slowing down. 6. And I also need to take these trade history off so I can see what's going on. Okay, trying to get some profit in here. There we go. So with that profit, I'm going to take another loss. Take that one off the top. If it comes down again, I get to do it again. Buy. Buy. If I can get it to come down again, I will buy it again and just keep doing the same thing. As long as there's volatility up and down, I can keep wobbling my risk back and forth. So let's see that leg now. So we had that first leg, there's about 20 pips. Now we've got this leg. Now that's 25 pips. So almost identical. on that 5 or that 15-minute chart legs, they're going to look really similar. I'm going to pull the 15-minute chart up in here now and zoom in. And you can see that leg there. There's one. And this one is almost identical right now. So it's a good place for the market to decide whether are we going to put another big leg against all the bias, or are we going to turn around and go back up. And so I'm obviously anchoring in on right now that we'll see at least some up pressure to spin this market around. But I don't know. We might just want to keep going down. I think it's going to be difficult for it to do that. But regardless, I'm just going to keep operating my process. Put some little buys on, take some little sips of profit, keep removing the risk, take some losses. That is just business. You gotta take some losses with the wins. So I'm gonna zoom back in here. There's the 5 and go back down. Well, actually it's just I'm gonna find where this bottom is, mark it. Okay, so this is the 700. That's going to be a really strong level. And we didn't come down and test it quite yet. Right here. Didn't quite get there. Yeah, there's a good chance we will. I don't want to short down here. I'm just still going to buy. I don't mind flipping, but I'm just going to need a little bit more of an aggressive leg back up for me to short it and try and go with that pressure, because ultimately I'm still wanting to be on the long side overall. So we'll see. This is really definitely an area where you could play both sides. You've got the morning that has now pushed you into a downward pressure. You've got the past couple of days still behind you pushing back up. So there should be just up and down in here. A good battle. You can see my stop losses are all down here, but I don't want them to get hit. I just want to keep managing risk just the way I'm doing right now and take the losses off in my own control and in my own timing. So while that's sitting there, I'm just going to pull up the history. You can see here's a $9 loss. So when I got, I think it was like 5 or 6, or maybe even, actually I got it a couple times. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's 5 wins at $5, and then I took a $9 loss. And then I took 1, 2, 3, 4 more wins, and then took a $7 loss. So I'm netting a loss just in this zone, but I've shaved off a lot of risk and repositioned my dollar cost much further down. So I'm good with that. That's what I want. Now if the market comes back down, I've got capital to go and buy again. And if it decides it's actually going to go back up, well, I'll go and hit some of the targets and make up for that little net loss that I'm in. Just over this, a small net loss in this little portion right here. So we're in a really good spot. It's a powerful position to be in when you can manage your risk this way. Just as long as it keeps moving. For me, when it gets stuck and stops moving, that kind of sucks. It's coming into these profit targets, almost there. And if we have an aggressive pump up from here, I'll short it too. Just miss those targets. hey John. Oh, I'm just seeing that you're coming in. I missed the chat there for a little bit. Not sure if you're still in here with me. Right now, this is a prop firm. So this is an FTMO account, trading on the MT5 platform. So I don't have a broker for myself. I'm not sure who they're using, but this is just a prop account. So, and this is currently in evaluation. I'm hoping that over the next couple weeks, I'll be able to take this account, this evaluation account, and then level it up. That is my plan. But thank you for stepping back in again. Nice to see you again, bro. Okay, just bumping into those targets again. I'm gonna just move when it. Did I get it? Yeah, just moved it just in time. Wait, did I? Yeah, I did. I'm gonna just hold on to one of those. At the moment, as I'm speaking, it's starting to do this V bottom. And so there's a good chance we'll see some more retracement heading up. So I'm just gonna leave these trades on for now and see if they will just hit their take profits. Otherwise, I'll let the market come back down and recycle some more buys. Okay, so I'm gonna buy in here. I'm gonna buy again. What's it gonna do? If I can get a few more targets, I'll shave off some more risk as well. And just bring my dollar cost down again. buy one more time in here. Now I gotta wait for it to come down and get back to these lows again before I buy. Slowly start buying that. One. So I need the market to drop down again so that I can buy some more, so I can take some more losses. Starting to see a 3-bar reversal trying to come in here right now, which is good. This is the nadir candle on this little leg coming down. So we've got a price cycle down of 9 pips. That's an average 1-minute price cycle that it ran. And so now that if this bar can close above this blue candle, then we've got a confirmed turn in the market. And it's starting to do that right now. It's a nice strong bar too in favor. That's good. Okay. Bar closed in favor. So now the next candle or two should take us into those profits. And as that target gets hit, I'll take another loss, get rid of this one on that upside, on the top side up here. And also I'm going to just lighten up this layer that is right above me too, because it's a little bit heavier than I want it to be. Although then again, this is actually starting to shape up to be a nice double bottom. So we'll see. I'm going to take off some risk as soon as that one gets hit. And then we'll go from there. See what happens. Just close that one out for a small profit because I think it's going to come back down. And we'll just reposition like this. Buy again. Buy again. Just didn't quite hit that take profit up there for me to shave off some of that risk up on the top side. Like, I want to get rid of this $4 or $5 loss as soon as I can. Just trying to take some profits again. There we go. And this one trade, I'm just going to move it up a little for it to come and test this high. Just squeeze a tiny little bit more out of it. Just bumping into it right now. Oh, just tapped it but didn't take it. You can try again. Come on, market. You can do it. You can do it. Sometimes you need to talk to it to just give it a little help. Come on. Come on now. You nod your head up and you you just influence the market. Wow. Okay. Well, if it comes back down, I'll just buy again. I can't believe it didn't take profit out. Guess I shouldn't have shimmied it up. This market is shaping up right in here to kind of turn into a double top. So if this runs down, I'm just going to be careful and slow. I'll let it just float that run if it's going to go for a run. But I will try and look for trades at these very bottoms, or even if it tries to break that bottom. If it's early to do that, I'm going to try and buy. Even if it breaks that bottom, I'll buy below that bottom. That's my plan. man, it just, if I had got that one take profit, I would have lightened that layer up, and it would have been a much better scenario for the market to run down. It was kind of a bummer that it didn't get to lighten up there. Here we go. Wow, is it really gonna try and go again? Slowly buy up these bottoms. Two, three, four. Five, six, seven. Trying to break it now. I think it might have actually did break lower already. Eight. Okay, so that's it for that layer. Really, it's teasing me. It's wanting to break down right here, and then it doesn't, and it's. But I think it should be hard for it to break a lot further. We got one cycle here, we got two, now we've got three. That one probably should be a shorter cycle, and so I think we'll see a turn in here. If not here, maybe a drop down a little bit more, and then probably still a turn, but I don't know, we'll see. Okay, there it is, trying to drop lower again. Start buying here. Two, and then this is gonna be my biggest layer. which I'm going to get into 16 trades. Four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. Just need some up legs here so I can shave off some of that risk. Just need a little volatility. But you can see that the market speed is slowing down. Okay, now it's trying to make a turn on the 1 minute chart. And as soon as I hit this layer, I have to reduce my risk. I'll have you come back in a minute so you can show me more, okay?
I think that's all you wanted to show me.
Okay, nice. Okay, we're also right on the hour. So this is a good chance, a good time for the market to have a little reversal. So I'm positioned pretty well for the reversal if it's going to come in. I did take some profits there. I didn't realize how much it took. I gotta get one of these losses off. Okay, I'm gonna just take that one off the top. Get that one out of there. And I'm also gonna take another one just because it's getting a little bit far away from me. Okay, that's pretty good. Just mitigate that risk. just take one of these take profits off in case it wants to make a strong bottom pattern. Just in case. But otherwise, I need this market to come back down and I'll buy again. And if I can get back into profits, this is going to be the last trade setup of the day. Because my rule is to not enter into any new positions at this point, at this hour. And so I'm already in a position, so I've got to work my way out of this one. But once I can work my way out, that's it for the day. Because I want to be done before the London closes. And Frankfurt and London. Actually, Frankfurt just did close a few minutes ago. So now next is London. Okay, what does it want to do? It doesn't know. I am really surprised how far this market pulled back. From that top all the way down to here. 42 pips. That's a big pullback against those daily candles. So pretty surprising. It's a pretty deep pullback. Just want to see what that daily candle looks like now. You're gonna just get all these objects out of here. You can see what's going on. Yeah, it's a pretty strong pullback on this daily push up. And then what's interesting, right in here, this is going to offer up a strong area of support right on that 700 level. Yeah, perfect. So right on the 700 level where we're at is super strong level. So I'm going to play that level pretty hard on the short term. Go back down to this 5-minute chart. And then, yeah, that 1.17 is it going to be a really strong level. Wow, my boys are making some funny sounds right now. Apologize if it's coming through. Hey guys, can you just keep the roars down just a little bit? Okay, thanks. All right, Mr. Market. See, you can see the energy has really slowed down. And so if and when I can get my up leg, I want to just be able to call it quits before that slows down too much more. Okay, it's trying to come back down. So here's its attempt. See how this 1 minute bar closes. If it can hold above, I'm going to be in good shape. Okay. Confirmed break. That's good. So we should get to those profits. There we go. Just hitting some profits now. And on that right there, I'm going to just take off another loss off the top side. And I'm going to add back into this if I get a little pop down, because we've confirmed breaking to the upside. So I'm just going to try and build into this. This is more of a build setup as the market's heading up. So I'm just trying to get little dips and just try and build back into this. Okay, that was nice. That means I'm going to take off some more of the loss side. It's going to take a loss from up top. $4 loss there. And this one little trade, I'm just going to pull its stop loss to a break even. Just like that. And then we can just see what happens next. If it drops back down, build back into it, just some longs. If it goes up, we'll be able to probably close out and finish. If we can get back up to these highs, that would be done. And what did I start out at today? Started at 98.53. $98.53 is where I started. Okay, I'm gonna buy into that little dip. If it pulls back again, I'll get back into that layer, because it is now climbing back up. And then, oh, there's one more thing we gotta watch out for right in here. is this trend right in here. We're right on that trend line right now. So if we can break back up and hold above that trend line, there's a good chance we'll have an upward leg. And I have that one little position down there that I'm holding in case it does continue up. So let's see what happens here. Just need to go up and down a few more times and then we'll close out. Okay, little pullback, I'm gonna buy. Pardon me. Buy. Buy. That trend line, it is holding. See how it's the market is bouncing off of it right now. Buy. I just want it to pop right down and I'll stack into that one pretty good. Okay, buy. Yep, the pace has definitely slowed down. Just got my finger on the trigger for it to come back down into that 700 level, where I just also just showed you that on the daily chart, that 700 level is or 7,000 level, I should say 1.17 is a strong level. Okay, it's dipping down into there now. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it might try and break down a bit more. I'm just gonna remove one of those take profits. I like to just keep one occasionally here and there in case I do get there's a strong attempt. To break down again. Wow, man. If it breaks strong from here, I might end up getting to that point where I have to stop out. Wow, that's nuts. That was not what I wanted. That is gonna bring all kinds of trouble for me. Man. Well, the worst case is I stopped out at 2% drawdown, and I'll just have to work my way back tomorrow and the next day. Because it's just not often you'll get a leg. Those are what people call them when you run past one of these big important levels, and then sometimes you get the whipsaw right back up. So I could use that right now, but I'm not so confident that's going to happen. Go back down to the 5 minute. Just try and see what's going on. You never know. If I can get this thing to close back up here, that'd be a great sign for me. Okay, nice. Well, just hit a little profit. I'm gonna shave off one of those losses up on the top side. Take another one. Still in the game. Let's go down to the 1 minute chart again. Right now, it is doing a V bottom. That is like really, like if there's any hope in my trade setup right now, this is what's bringing me a little bit of hope. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, hit it. Got that one trade sitting down on the bottom. I'm just gonna move that to break even. Actually, you know what? I need to trail that. Alright, I think we're just nice. Just hit another layer. And we're running right into that trend line right now. So I'm going to take off another loss. Just keep working that my dollar cost average. I want to keep that close to me as much as I can. And we'll just see what happens next. See if it can break that trend line. You know, it could. Got one bottom here, two here, three here. There is a chance that I could pull back up. Yes, I am saying there is a chance. Got these three bottoms kind of coming in like that. So we'll see if it can break that trend line and come back into here. Then it's that market's come right back into play, and on the longer term chart, that 15-minute chart will be actually turning into a whipsaw. So that 15-minute candle just closed, and it is a big wick on the bottom. Nice. That's good for me. And anybody else that's trying to follow along with this, which would be understandably a little bit tricky now with all these orders on. But what I am trying to at least demonstrate is the power of real-time risk management and taking your losses on your own rather than hitting stop losses, because I can take the losses when the market comes back to me so much cheaper than I can when it's going against me. Just right in that trend line. What's it gonna do? Can it break? goes. It's pushing back through that trend, and it is breaking. Nice. Hidden profit targets. And a super strong 1 minute bar close through that break. So I would expect to see one or two more bars of follow through. So I'm just going to be patient and be slow to take my losses off from here. That's a really strong up leg now. We've had, now that's an up leg of 15 pips. There we go, some more take profits. And take a loss here. And that way, if you just get one of these strong runners, you can just hold on to a little bit of that position and you can capitalize on it. And that's what just being really flexible and being relatively light to your position size allows you that flexibility to do that with all the layers I put in, and being able to hold on to a couple trades too. So that was that's been really good so far. And at this rate, I'm not going to add any more risk on. It is past my time now. So however this next little bit finishes is just how we'll finish out the session. It's been a long session now, but I'm glad that we're back into profits. So that up leg did us a lot of good. Thankfully, it was just so strange that it was running down even further. Man, that was a wild one. So in total, it is a 50 pip pullback against all that daily pressure. So, but there's a good bunch of volatility, lots of up and down, lots of opportunities to take wins and losses. So that's good. That's what happens when you've got good volatility and you're managing your risk in real time. The volatility is what you want. Okay, now we've got another 5-minute bar close. We'll see if this can turn into a pivot point. I'll be right back. Can you maybe stop beeping? Okay, just get to where you want to go, and then. Okay, well, I kind of wish I'd taken some of those profits up there, but I'm going to call that good for today. I want to just kind of recap what happened. So I was buying at the top of the New York session. I'm going to pull up my trade history in here. And you can see from buying all the way at the top here, the market has pulled back 50 pips, and I've closed out all the way down here in profits on the day. I'm in a little bit of profit. I'm up about I think like $13 or something. But having a market run that far against you, it's really good to be able to come out on top with something like this. So this was a great session on risk management, and just like constantly showing how to keep mitigating risk, and ended up on top. I'm gonna just quickly do I want to see what percentage we're finishing out today. just pull up the calculator. So we started the day out at 9853. 0.13%. So we made 0.13% on the day after having a market run against us 50 pips while buying a down leg for 50 pips. We still came out on top, 0.13%. So that's a solid day. I'm gonna close that out